Hey folks, Ray and Hampton here. We are your hosts for Movement Monday. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, Hampton?
I'm good. I'm excited for this episode.
Good, me too. I'm mainly excited because I'm fresh off of convention from our products, and we had new products launched, and you know it, it's exciting for me that these products that were launched are things that can easily be used for movement and improvement in movement. There's a flavorless energy product, which if our energy product, which we've talked about lots lately, um, is great, but also now it comes unflavored, and you can have your choice to flavor it with something that you want that's a healthy choice to put in that, or we have different flavoring fusions that we can play with that, and so that just opens up the opportunities for us to be able to use the products to help get in movement and have that energy. And then the other two products are a Smart Plus product, which helps with the the brain power, and then we've got nootropics, which if do some research on nootropics if you're not familiar with it's definitely beneficial in every way, shape, or form to help not only with diet but also with movement and just general health. And so, again, I'm mostly excited about those products because it helps with general health and not necessarily just weight management. And I think a lot of times people associate movement with only weight management, which yes, that's great, but there's so much more to it. And I could we could probably do a whole nother episode on
hmm
how much more there is to it. I do have intentions of doing that at some point. So anyway, first up, I wanted to call out our new shirts. Hampton made us shirts, so we've got a uniform for Movement Monday now. Check us out.
hmm
So thanks for putting those together. Pretty awesome. I'm digging them. So thanks for that.
Of course.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna talk today about choices, and it all comes down to choices. And when we meet here, we talk about movement. And what does movement mean? It's a choice to get yourself moving. You could choose to stay in bed if you want to. Right now, you're typically your parents are a reliable source for you to take care of your daughter. And luckily, you've mentioned before that they have the daycare there at the gym, but some people don't have
hmm
that, and it's a matter
Yeah.
of can you choose that's a reason why you don't go, or do you choose to find another way to get around it? Do you but there's also choices in that you don't have to go to the gym. If you want to do something with your child, put them on a bicycle, put them on a scooter, put them
Yeah.
on in a stroller, go for a walk. You can walk in the mall, you can walk on a trail, you can walk depending on what your weather's like. There's plenty of opportunities to get movement in that way. And so, um, it's the choices there are endless because there's different types of workouts, there are different ways to get your movement in. And it really is a choice on whether or not you want to find a way or you want to find an excuse. Thoughts, feedback on that?
Um, I instantly go to when I think of choices. When you have a healthy lifestyle, your choices are you have choices in every aspect. So you have
Mm-hmm.
choices in your food, you have choices in your movement, like you said, what you want to do. I go to the gym every single day, but the other day I made a choice to go on a hike instead of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, you when I say you have choices in food, if you are following a eating plan, um, you have choices everywhere. So you get to decide what fits into your eating plan, and sometimes maybe something doesn't fit into your eating plan, but you have the choice and you make the choice to maybe have that treat. Or like I know we talked about having a cheat meal, and some people do that and some people don't, but I'm a big believer that if you give yourself the choice to have um, a rewarding treat or meal, it's not going to set back your progress. One thing's not going to set back your progress. You just have to have the willpower to have the single treat, or the one cheat meal, and get back to it the next day. Because people are so set, like if you have something that's, they categorize it as bad, which I do not agree with, but um if you have something that you wouldn't normally have every single day, it's not going to set you back.
Yeah. Well, and there's so much in that to unpack. You know, the choices in your meals are one thing, and choosing to have a cheat day, choosing to have a cheat week if you're on vacation,
Hmm.
choosing to have a cheat meal versus a cheat day versus a cheat week. It's all choices, and it matters. It's the difference is planning on getting back on and understanding that it's a lifestyle, and uh, consistency doesn't necessarily mean that it's consistency all day every day. It means that you're consistent in getting back on what you're consistent with on a regular basis. And so, you know, one thing that comes to mind exactly when you talk about choosing the cheat meal is, you know, we had a scavenger hunt for as part of our um, the convention over the weekend, and we missed you, by the way. Hope to see you at the
Yeah,
next one.
sorry. Yes,
Uh,
I'll be there.
and you know, and one of them was to take a picture at In and Out, and you know, In and Out is delicious. We don't have those here in Washington. I know you don't have them in Alaska. Um,
Hmm.
and I love me some In and Out. I whenever it's around, it's definitely one that I choose to go
Hmm.
indulge in. And I went with other people who are on meal plans who have lost lots of weight. Um, Fortunately for a lot of those people, there's a keto option at
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
at you know, but it's a choice for them to go and say, oh, I can have this, I can choose to have that. I chose to have the bun because I wanted the full experience, but that was my choice. I
Hmm.
know that the next morning I was going to get up and I was going to go burn anywhere between 750 to 900 calories, and it's a matter of that, you know, I needed calories, but also it was a choice. We talked about this before of you can either have four meals that are healthy and have, you know, nutrient enriched foods and have that, or I had that one meal and it was like, well, like now I have to watch completely what else I eat and you know what I do. But it was a cheat day for me, so I didn't necessarily track what those
Yeah.
calories were taking away from later because it was, you know, I was traveling, it was different, and even though I was with like-minded people, it still was completely a choice of what I was going to have, and I was actually like it. I was grateful that there was people with me that helped me remember that the choices that they have there, you know, they have an option for a salad, they have an option for a lettuce wrap, they have an option for, you know, if you want to get some of that little bit of that flavoring on your palate, it's a choice, and it's a choice of how much you want to indulge. You can indulge a little bit and still stay on plan, or you can indulge a lot and just recognize that you're going to have to pay for that later. Choose to go pay for that later, you know?
Yeah, but that's the nice thing about having choices. There's a choice of you sticking to your keto plan if you're doing keto, or
Mm-hmm.
you have the choice to indulge like you did and you got back to it the next day.
Yeah.
But that's anywhere. You can go out to
Yeah.
eat. And I'm also a big
Mm-hmm.
believer of, like you said, um, taking a week off to go on vacation. Don't miss out on
Yeah.
making memories. Don't let your lifestyle or your eating like run your life.
Yeah.
You run it.
Well, you still have to live your life.
That
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I don't, you can't let it just, you're not gonna be living.
Well, and I think that that's part of the you know it's a mentality to choose for the reason you know the messaging there is purposeful in that you're choosing to do that because you're well aware that you're going to jump right back on track, but you also have
Hmm.
to stay committed to jumping back on track and
Yep.
not letting yourself go to say that, well, I've now, you know, fallen off for a week, I guess I'm done. And no, it's not. You're not done. It should be, you know, it's a lifestyle choice.
Hmm.
And you know, if you want to fall off and you want to be done, just be prepared to be unhealthy, and
Hmm.
that's what it comes down to.
and
Um,
and don't, and you can't have the mindset, you have to have the right mindset, because it's not
mhm.
going to be easy. No, nothing comes easy with having a healthy lifestyle. I mean, we make the choice every day to go and work out, and that's easy for us. I mean, it's
Yeah,
easy for me, but it's not easy for everyone else. But you have to um switch your mindset and have the willpower to be able to do that.
indeed. Well, you know, and you know, another thing that comes to mind is how that impacts your movement. So, I know that when I'm eating completely clean and completely healthy, my workouts are a lot easier than they are when I'm eating like
Hmm.
crap. If I'm not drinking, if I take a break from alcohol, I always take dry January off. And
Mm-hmm.
and I don't drink a ton otherwise, but it's also taking that whole month of January where I'm dry. Those workouts are a lot easier. It's a lot easier to get up first thing in the
Mm-hmm.
morning. It's a lot easier to get that movement in. And I'm pretty conscious with my choices when I do have alcohol of what calorie intake I'm having. Um, but it is empty calories a lot of the time. And so, but
Yeah.
if I'm being social and I'm in a crowd that it's a it's a drinking environment, then I'm gonna partake. I'm gonna be part of it. I don't want to be that person that is I'm dedicated, but also I don't need to put it in everybody's face of how dedicated I am. If they know me, they know
Mm-hmm.
my dedication, they know my lifestyle, they know what choices I make. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
that I'm trying to mask or hide or put a facade up of that I am somebody different than I am. It's just a matter of I make a choice to do what I do, and I know how to correct it. I know how to fix it. I've done this for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and so I can choose to take those breaks, and I can choose to jump right back on because I'm capable. I have the knowledge to manage that. So
There is the other end of that too, because you've been doing this for a long time now. There's
hmm
the other end of someone that may be just starting off their lifestyle, and they also have the choice to make take the other option and to not
hmm
drink and say this
yeah,
is why. And that, I think that's huge on why we chose choices as the topic today, because there's there's always choices, there's always
hmm
options,
hmm
um, and that's okay if you make the choice to not drink
yeah,
in a situation like that.
exactly.
That's your choice, and everyone has their own choice.
Yeah, I think that we could. I just love to see how many count we had of the word choice in this one. But
I
it's
know.
all about choices. It really is. And we've said the word
Yep.
choice a lot, but it's on purpose because there are choices everywhere. Choosing. Even this weekend, choosing to go to convention, and we have a lot of people in our organization that don't go to convention that aren't involved because. Um, Sometimes there's a mindset of that it's a rah rah building this. And one of my revelations from the weekend was the convention was called Dream Big, and I had the pleasure of being on stage on a panel, and it hit me on stage of that we were talking about what our dreams were and how you learn to dream, and not a lot of us are taught to dream, which is something that Heidi said in there, and that almost kind of hurts because you also are taught it's not everybody that is taught to dream.
Hmm.
You're not taught to look at the big picture, but also if you're not dreaming, you have nothing to work towards, and so you dream of that fit body, you dream of the ability to go do those challenges that you do, you dream of and those are goals, yes, but they're also dreams. But if you're dreaming just to dream, but you're not doing anything to make the choices to help yourself get there, then what are you doing? And
Hmm.
so help yourself by setting those goals, having those dreams, and and it's not a dream within just building a company or sharing product, which is what we love to do, but also it's a dream of what is this lifestyle doing for me. I am fortunate, and I'm going to start get into the business side of it right now, but I'm fortunate in that being part of innovative nutrition has helped me to dream to be more of a fitness minded professional. And it's brought me to have this movement Monday here with you. It's brought me to be a fitness coach. It's built my leadership. It's done a lot for things that I didn't know that I was dreaming about. But, it was a good reflection. And it's always good to know where your dreams are. And also, once you hit those dreams, set bigger ones and then set bigger ones. You need to have short term
Right.
goals, long term goals, and and know how those short term goals feed into those long term goals with every choice that you make. Um, and if it's not feeding you and it's a dream that you thought you had and it doesn't work, that's okay. You have the choice to choose a different dream.
Hmm.
But at some point, something's got to stick. You've got to put the grit in. You've got to have, do the hard work, and you've got to get there. And you got to dream of getting there, but also put in the work to hit those dreams and make those dreams come true.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
I have one more thing to add. I know we're on
Yeah.
crunch time, but um, talking about our products, we also have
Hmm.
choices within those. So
Yes.
we have the Ignite coffee, and if you don't like coffee, we have the Ignite capsules. So there's choices there. We have the energy that's raspberry orange, which is so good, and I have it every day. We talk about it all the time. But now we have the choice to have a non-flavored one that you can mix with whatever that you choose. So there's also choices out. It's still in your lifestyle, but that doesn't have to do with movement and say food. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know if you wanted to add to that, but I just wanted to say that there's, because I know a lot of people don't like coffee or don't want to drink coffee, but there's a choice of the capsule, which is really nice.
Well, and I'll compound your statement on the Ignite coffee and the Ignite capsules. Those are weight management products. A lot of people use
Hmm.
them for weight loss. I choose to use them for weight management. I don't have a lot to lose.
Yep.
I still have, I still have some that I can afford to drop, but also, you know, I'm at a, and I say this word, and it's a hard one to spit out because it can be misconceived. But I'm in a comfortable level of where my body's at. I'd love to lose some more of my gut, but I'm also in my mid 40s, and I realize that takes a little bit of a different choice that I'm not necessarily sure that I'm ready to commit to.
Hmm.
But my goal is, I had one point in my life lost 65 pounds. I was at almost 270 pounds, and so I got down to um, or I guess I was at, anyway, I got down to 194 pounds. And when I got down to 194 pounds, um, and I understand that I need to take this with a grain of salt, but I got a lot of, that's not really what fits you. That's a little too thin. You're a bigger guy. I'm used to seeing you with at least some meat on your bones. And that's partially where I now understand that I need to build strength so that way I can put some
Hmm.
size on there. And I can't be real skinny because it just doesn't work well. Mainly my mom and my aunt. You know how that goes. Oh, you're so skinny, So, but it's still a matter of choice, and I do respect that feedback, and I don't want to look like I'm overly skinny, and that's, but again, it's a choice of where I want to look and how I want to feel. And I know that I feel best when I'm right at that 200-pound mark, and so I'm about 10 pounds away from that now, so that's what I've got to lose. I'd love to have a flat stomach, but also I'm well aware of that my lifestyle choices aren't necessarily going to get me there because it takes a whole different level of focus to have, well, a six pack abs, but
Yeah. Hmm.
that's not what I'm
Not for
choosing to
me.
go for. But just a flat stomach is fine, And so anyhow, so it's a choice difference between weight management and weight loss. I did, I kind of contradicted myself because I am still going for a little bit of weight loss, but it's more weight management than anything.
Yeah,
Um,
I like it.
so good deal. All right, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, I'm
No.
good. That was great.
Yeah. All right, a good deal. So once again, we are Ray and Hampton. Ray is Hampton McCullough, and we are your hosts here for Movement Monday. We do this every Monday to talk about movement, vitamins, nutrition, and how that all blends together in our world. If movement and or supplementation is something that is a passion of yours, we'd love to have you as a guest. Please reach out to us. If you're interested in what type of products or the products that we talked about in today's um, talking about the choices. We'd love to get you more information, even it's just to chat about it. It's definitely both a passion of both of ours. We are both promoters for innovative nutrition, so we have the ability to get you some samples for some of the products, but also to give you the full information on how they can help you in your fitness regimen. Um, if you are watching for the first time, please take a look at our previous episodes. We've covered a lot. Give us a subscribe. We'd love to have that support. Tell a friend, give us a like, leave us a comment. Anything that you can do to help other people hear our message and help us reach as many as we can in sharing. That's pretty much our goal is to share positivity and share, you know, a different mindset about movement and everything that's involved in that. So other than that, we will talk to you all next week. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.